Hello.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's always such a pleasure to be here with you. Wednesday night is meditation night, so welcome to all those that are joining us. I think it's a very important time to be in meditation. We can see that there's a lot going on, and I think the power of meditation can change the world, can change us and change the world around us. So welcome. We're just going to wait for a few people to join, and then we're going to proceed.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lovely heart meditation tonight, which I think is necessary for most of us under the circumstances. And we'll just chat to you a little bit before. So welcome to everybody who's joining. Hi Wendy, hi Carol. Nice to see you guys back again, like a little family.
Yeah, it's nice to build a community like this. The more we work together, the more our energies synergize, and there's a great power that comes out of these sessions that we have together. You know, the Bible says, where two or more gathered in my name. And so basically the power of our collective is far greater than the power when we are separate. And the social distancing and the separating is really diminishing our power, and coming together like this as a group is an amplification of the real beingness which we have to share with the world. And it's important to do this, I feel. So I really appreciate all of you being here with us tonight. As usual, we love to hear from you, so if you can just give us your comments, tell us where you're from, and if you're enjoying it, then give us a heart, because that increases the exposure of the Facebook Live. They measure the interaction that's coming from the group while it's being broadcast, and that expands its reach in Facebook. And I believe that the work we're doing is important, and it needs to be shared as widely as possible. Even if you share it with your friends, you never know whose life you're going to touch just by this connection. Yeah,
and a lot of people are feeling kind of that they don't know what they can do about this current situation, how they can help, how they can serve in some way. And I think that I know that one of the things that we can do is to gather together like this and shine light together, because as John said, it's much more powerful. And when you gather together in a circle like this, even if we're not actually together in a physical room, just the intention of us all going into quietness and connecting with light is extremely powerful. So it's probably one of the best and most accessible things that we can all do at any time. So that's why it's a good idea to do it. Huh?
Yeah. That's so true. We all want to do something about the situation. And if we can protest in any which way, my little protest is not to wear a mask as much as possible if I go out. That's my little protest. But maybe we should be doing a bit more than that, and we'll see how it unfolds. But the real work is the inner work. It's to realize that we've been disempowered. We've been taught that the power is in the physical world, and the power is not in the physical world. The power is in the spiritual world. Yeah. And as we open our hearts and unleash the huge energy within us, we can change the outcome, and we can change the world. And that's what we're going to be looking at tonight. And Michelle is going to share just a few astrological insights with us, and then we'll just share a little bit of any insights that we have, and then we'll do a meditation, which is the main focus of tonight. So let's just gather together now and just bring our mind into the present moment fully. And I know we've all had busy days, and we've had challenges and problems to deal with, and maybe all the social media that we've been exposed to today, hopefully none of the mainstream media, but we've definitely had a lot of input. So if you just like to gently just close your eyes just for a few minutes, and let's just center ourselves into our bodies. While our mind goes out into a story of past and future, our body is always present. And the body is actually our anchor back into reality. And the more we bring our awareness into the body, the more present we find ourselves. The more we bring our awareness into the body, the more at peace we find ourselves. The more we bring our awareness into the body, the more we find our heart opening, and the bigger channel we become for the light. The moment we drift off into yesterday or to tomorrow, we find ourselves shutting down like a tap that's closing. But when you fully occupy your body with your awareness, that tap opens, and the love that's just yearning to be expressed in this world starts to flow. And the more centered and the more present we are with our day, the more we open that tap, and the more love flows into this world. So become aware of your breath. The breath is the one thing we can use to anchor our awareness back in the body very quickly. It only takes one breath taken with full awareness and consciousness to bring us out of our stories and back into reality. One conscious breath. So now let's take a deep breath into our belly. Big, big breath. And a long out breath, and just relax your shoulders and release any tension from the day as you do that. Take a second, a deep breath in, pulling it right the way down, all the way down to your feet. And again, relax, breathe out, soften your shoulders and your neck, and just release everything from the day that no longer serves you. It's gone. Take a third, deep breath in, pulling your diaphragm right the way down, blowing your tummy up, right down to your toes. More, up into your chest and up into your head now. And then a long sigh out, just sigh it out, just let it go, let it go. And let's just sit for a moment and just become aware of this energy of life that breathes us. This energy loves us so much that it beats our heart, it breathes us, it oxygenates every cell in our body, it transports the nutriments around the body and clears the waste, digests our food, grows our fingernails, repairs the body, with no doing on our part at all. It does it as a radiance of its love for us. So just settle down into your body and back into the present moment, and have a sense of gratitude for being here tonight, in this body, in this time, and in this place. Become aware of the stillness in this moment. And one of the ways we do that is just by listening very carefully to the faintest sounds out there. And as we do that, we have to become very quiet inside, because in truth, it is stillness that listens, not the mind. Take another deep breath in, filling your whole body up with this beautiful, wonderful air. And let it go, let it go, let it go. And gently, when you're ready, open your eyes. And as you open your eyes, just become aware of how you feel in this moment. How do you feel? How does your body feel right now? Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully you're a bit more present now and a bit more peaceful, a bit less stressed. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Michelle, what can you tell us about the stars?
Well, there's a lot going on, so I can't tell you too much because it'll take up the whole half an hour. But there's a lot of retrograde energy, which basically means that we are urged to go back and to reflect and to see what we still need to process. So Venus is the planet of love, which is kind of connected with what we're doing tonight because it's the heart and it's love. And Venus has just gone retrograde, and she'll be retrograde for about 40 days or so. She does that every year. And when she does that, she actually asks that we look at the energy of love. And what is it? We look at our values. She highlights any issues that we might have in our partnerships, in our love relationships, and also the love relationship we have with ourselves and with our values. So when she goes retrograde, sometimes old stuff will come up. for some people, I spoke to a client the other day, and she said a boyfriend that she hasn't spoken to in 30 years suddenly started connecting with her, because clearly there's something she needs to clear there, that he's kind of raising for her. So it can be any of those things. So it's really it's not a regression as such, but all the energy that formed at the beginning of the year, which was what we've spoken about quite a lot, and you can have a look on our resource page on the Journeys of Awakening site, because our back videos are there, was basically there was this huge conjunction at the beginning of the year between planet Pluto and Saturn. And Pluto is the planet of power. And basically what happened was they started to move apart, and now they're all moving backwards again. So they're moving much closer again together. And so it's reactivating the same theme. And the theme really is power. It's where is our power? Because if we place our power outside of ourselves, we're in trouble. So we have to find the power within ourselves. So it's a new power. It's not new because it's always there, but it's actually reassessing, where do you find your power? Where do you send your power? And I'm talking about good power. I'm talking about the power that animates you and that makes you move forward, that helps you to get your goals and to get your dreams. So that power, where do you send that power every day? Are you sending it into the past? Are you sending it into the future? Or are you actually present fully in your power? So I think that's really, it's a very nutshell thing. I'll have to do a proper astrological thing, which I'll do next week. But that gives you an idea of what's going on now. There's a lot going on.
So if I can ask you, are you saying that Pluto and Saturn are coming closer together
That's
at the
right.
moment?
Yeah.
So the issues that we've been dealing with, particularly from January onwards, are going to become more intense now, maybe more amplified through this energy?
Yeah.
And so that muck that's sitting on the bottom is going to come up to the surface more.
Yes.
And that which is hidden is going to be revealed more. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it stirs the pot a bit. So it gets all that mud up into the water, so that we can look at it. So it can feel a little bit turmoily with retrograde. All retrograde, most of you will be aware of Mercury retrograde, which usually lands up with our communications hassling us, and cell phones disappearing, and data disappearing, and all missing planes, that kind of thing. That's Mercury retrograde. But the other planets also go retrograde. So at the moment, I think we've got 4 retrograde. That's a lot. So what happens is, beginning of the year, they're together. Then the one moves faster. So Saturn moves faster. So he moves away from Pluto and Jupiter. And now it's going backwards. So he moves back into a closeness. It's not exact. It's not an exact connection. Yeah. But yeah, so those issues that were coming up for you then are coming up again now. Yeah.
So it's nice to know that, because a lot of people I just speak to feel, why me, Lord? Why am I being punished in this way? And it's to recognize that, no, you're not being punished. The earth itself is going through a process of transformation. So it's being squeezed. It's like an exam. You know, exams are not nice things. They're not. They put a lot of pressure on you. And so we're going through this process to say, have you really learnt, or is it merely intellectual information? And so they say that wisdom is applied knowledge. And I think it's a very good time now to use all these challenges that we have and to apply the principles that we know, the spiritual principles that we've been learning, into each and every situation that arises. Now's the time to apply them. So it's a wonderful opportunity for this experiencing of the knowledge you have, which turns it into wisdom that can never be taken away from you.
Absolutely. So it's actually dropping the knowledge down from your head into your heart. That's where you integrate it. Because it's sitting up here, so we can read a million different books. If we don't actually drop it down into our heart center and become that, so it's a knowing. It's not a head knowledge. It's an inner knowing. That's really where the power lies, I think. Our personal power.
Yeah. And so tonight the meditation is very much focused on your power, your individual power, and transforming that, or transmuting it up into the heart, where it does the real work. So the power that we have is, we've been pretty much disempowered, I believe, as a species for many hundreds, if not thousands of years, where we've given our power away to authority, people outside of us who seem to have all the answers, or who tell us they have all the answers. So we've done it through religion. We've given our power to the religious leaders. We say, here, you look after my life. And we've given it to the doctors, the men in white coats and the stethoscopes, or the women, and we say, here, you look after my health. And we give our power politically, to the political leaders, and we say, here, you look after our political lives. And the teachers, we say, well, here, you look after us. And we say, no. Now is the time to regain that power, to take the power back. And it's not force. We're not talking force here. We're talking real power. We, each one of us, in one little cell in your body, you have immense power. In one atom, you have the power. If you think of an atom bomb, where they split one atom open, that immense power that comes out of that one atom. And your body is comprised of how many atoms? Each cell is how many atoms in each cell? And so we have huge power within us. And this is an energy power, not a power of mechanical force. This is energy power. And this energy power has the power to transform the world. Yeah. And you are that. And you're playing a vital role on earth at the moment. You were invited to earth at this time because it was known that you would be needed at this time as a conduit for this energy to come through. We're talking to a fairly small group here as a percentage of the world's population, and each one of you are drawn here because there's a remembering. There's a remembering of something more real, more vital than the world of physical form, of control and manipulation. And this remembering process is going to continue through the next few months, particularly up until October, this remembering of who and what you really are. This is the awakening time. It's a beautiful, wonderful time. It might be hard, it might be challenging, but it's worthwhile to go through this. So this energy of power is emotion and feeling. That's what it is. It's this feeling inside you. And we can choose to invest those feelings in the quadrant or the arena of fear, or we can invest them in love. And I would suggest that if we want a world that's sustainable and beautiful for our children and our grandchildren, now's the time to take this power and bring it up into the heart and then radiate out that love. It's called the power of love. I remember that Jennifer Rush.
The Jennifer Rush song.
If you doubt the power of love, just listen to that song. It's just so powerful. The power of love. It's immense, and it's been used in manipulative ways. The sexual energy, for example, has hijacked that love. The possessive love has hijacked the real love, the ownership. I give love to my lover or to my family. That's not love. That's an aspect of love. Real love has no boundaries. It has no preferences. It has no specialness. It doesn't make one person special and not someone else. So tonight, as we do this meditation, I'd like you to maybe perceive love in the way that you're happy to do it. So you might, for example, love your pet, and then you bring that into you, or you love your lover, or you love your children or your grandchildren, you bring that in. Then you create a vortex of energy going out that encompasses every single one on this planet, even those that you feel are perpetuating this darkness on the earth, especially those, in fact. Those are the ones that we need to encompass. And love is acceptance, it's embracing, it's including, not judging at all. Anyone who does evil things, they do evil things because they don't know who they are. They've forgotten who they are. They need to be reminded, and your love reminds them of what is real. So our love collectively will open the hearts of those people who are keeping us in lockdown, who are perpetuating this dark agenda. And it's love that is the power, not fear. Fear is just a disempowerment process. Love is an empowerment process.
And it's one of the ways that we can work with that is that as soon as we feel love, as soon as we feel fear or resistance towards somebody, or anger towards the government or somebody, it's an opportunity at that moment to actually notice where we're blocking and what we're resisting. And at that very moment to actually open your heart and to send love. Because that's the opportunity in that moment. So we can carry on and get into the story of it, and we all do that from time to time, and we all get irritated. But when we can actually see it very clearly from a perspective of awareness, we can right in that moment, we can say, this isn't serving anybody. This is a restriction in myself. This is an unconsciousness in myself that's being triggered. So right now in this moment, I have an opportunity of opening my heart and sending love out. So every time we do that, we're growing more and more. So we can actually see this as a major growth point, because it's testing everybody. It's squeezing us tighter and tighter and tighter and bringing all our fears to the surface. So every time we feel the fear, bring love in. Every time you feel anger, bring love in. Frustration, bring love in. So, and it really is powerful because it shifts the entire vibration instantly as soon as you do that.
Yeah, and that's interesting because also, Michelle is saying open your heart. Now, when you have an open heart, you have a vulnerable heart. Love is vulnerable to whatever is in this moment. So it's to have an open heart and be prepared to embrace the pain. Be prepared to embrace the fear or the anxiety or the regret or the anger or the grief. Embrace it. That way you heal it. And as you heal it in yourself, so your heart opens even more and you become an even greater channel for the divine to flow through into this realm and awaken the unconsciousness, awaken the consciousness in the unconsciousness. And that's the journey that we're on at the moment. So it's to embrace any pain and not avoid it at this moment. Yeah. The way through this is not around it, not to avoid it. Is you go straight into the middle of it, and it's amazing. The moment you face pain, it dissipates very, very quickly. So yes, just be aware that there may be uncomfortable feelings that may arise. You do not avoid them. Don't medicate them down with nicotine or caffeine or sugar or entertainment on the media. Just stay with the pain. Allow the pain to be there. It doesn't take long for you to dissolve that pain. All addictions are a pain avoidance. They come from pain and they lead to even more pain. But now we give in the process, particularly with alcohol and nicotine being restricted, we have now the opportunity to move into the pain and to feel fully. And it doesn't take long. It really doesn't take long to heal. So just be aware of the emotions, feel the emotions, move through them, because that is a heart-opening process. And you become, like Hafez says, the hole in the flute that the Christ breath blows through.
Thanks, John.
So shall we do the meditation?
Yes, let's do that.
All
So
right.
we've already had a sort of an opening, peaceful start, so I'm not going to spend too much time doing that, but I'm going to take you on a little journey. So get yourself comfy, close your eyes, and take a nice deep breath in, and a releasing breath out, and you can just sigh on the out breath. It's a really release point, just to sigh. Just sigh it all out. Another nice deep breath in, and a releasing breath out. And just feel the opening and the space as you do that. On the next in-breath, fill your lungs up as much as you can, and on the out-breath, drop your shoulders, put them back a little bit so that you open your heart. And just connect with your breath, connect with the sound of my voice, and maybe the sound of your breath as you breathe in and out. If you make your out breath longer than the in breath, it automatically starts to relax your whole parasympathetic nervous system. You can breathe in once for 4 and breathe out for 6. I'd like you to just check in with yourself right now, where you're at, for what you're feeling. And breathe into any tightnesses or any feelings of restriction that you might be feeling in your body. Just notice them and send your breath into them. Send your loving breath into them. And now I'd like to take you on a little journey. Imagine that you're walking along a beautiful forest path. If you can imagine the earth beneath your bare feet as you walk along this beautiful, soft, verdant, green forest, surrounded by trees, canopy of trees above your head, the light filtering in through the trees. You can hear the sounds of the birds around you. Feel totally connected to the ground beneath your feet and the sky above your head. And you feel accompanied by the trees around you. Walking along the path, you walk up a little bit and you come out of the forest and you're on the edge of a little mountain. And in front of you is the sun setting. It's a beautiful yellow ball of light. Just see if you can feel that for a moment. That beautiful sun that rises every day and sets every day and shines 24 hours a day, whether we can see it or not. It's the dynamic force that gives us life. Now, I want you to imagine opening your arms wide. And if you want to, you can actually do that if it makes you feel more real. Imagine opening your arms up wide, putting your shoulders back, and bringing that sunlight, like a ball of light, which it is. Imagine that sun spiraling in, like a giant ball of pure light, right into your solar plexus, which is just beneath your rib cage, near your belly button, the middle of you, where you feel many of your feelings. Open that up and bring that sun, that light, that pure power straight into that solar plexus. Breathe it in, absorb it, open to it. And as it does that, feel in your own body that light within that solar plexus growing like an inner sun. It's your own inner sun, your own energy system, which is always there for you to actually draw your power from. So just feel into that and allow that light, that inner sun, to grow. So you can imagine a beautiful yellow ball of light beneath your ribs, and allow that ball of light to grow and expand. And as it expands, bring it all the way up into the middle of your heart, so that it fills your heart with that beautiful power, that beautiful yellow, warm, generous, loving light. Feel your heart expand with that light. Imagine that your heart could grow even bigger than it is, and that light expands and radiates out from that heart center. So you're in a dance with the sun coming in to that solar plexus, growing and expanding, and then bringing that sun up into your heart, and then expanding that sunlight out from your heart back to the sun. So you're in this lovely dance where you're receiving and you're giving that light. Receiving, bringing it into your solar plexus, up into your heart and out. And at the same time as you're taking it out, allow that light to fill your body, to fill every cell, every bone, every muscle, every little blood corpuscle, every ligament, every single part of your body. And let that light shine out so that it actually expands out of your body as well. So it's all around you. So you have actually become that light. You are that light. You are that power. Just feel that inside you. See if you can feel the warmth. You might put your hand on your solar plexus or on your heart or both. Quite a nice thing to do is to put your hand on your solar plexus and the other hand on your heart. And hold that. And just feel that light. And now setting that intention. Setting the intention to send that light from your heart out into your family. And now send it out to your neighborhood. It's just an intention. You're just sending that light out from your heart to the neighborhood. And now to your community. And now let's send that light out to the country. To our beautiful, beautiful country. To all those people that might be suffering, that might be in the need of some assistance, of some light, of some love. Let's send them that light. And let's send it out to our leaders. To anybody who we might have a problem with. Send that light out to them as well. And we'll take it one step further and send it out to the planet. To every being on the planet. May they find love. May they radiate love. May the light extinguish the darkness. Coming back to your own heart, your own body. You can imagine yourself still standing on the side of the mountain if you like. You can say thank you to this amazing light, this amazing fire that gives us light every day. And say thank you to yourself as well. And then bring your attention gently back to your breath. Back to your body. You might want to rub your fingers together. Take a beautiful cleansing breath in. And a releasing breath out. Before you open your eyes, just check in with how you feel right now. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes.
That was really beautiful. Thank you. Really nice. I know that the world is in a higher vibration now. So thank you all for participating in this and opening your hearts and investing a little bit of your time. It's really important to do this work. And if I can ask you also to do it on a moment-to-moment basis during the day. You know, if you're doing the dishes, suddenly radiate that love from your heart. If you typing an email, suddenly stop and just radiate that love from your heart. Do it continually throughout the day. And you can do it, as I said, you bring someone that you really love into your awareness and then radiate that out to the leaders, the people you think are most in need of it. Just see them as a little child and you embrace them because they need your love. They need our love. So on Sunday, we're going to meet up again. If you want to join us then, we've got an hour session there. And we're going to be looking at the power of creativity. Michelle's going to be sharing some of her insights into creativity. So do join us. It's 7:30 till 8:30 on Sunday.
And it's not for artists only.
No.
We are creative beings. So
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about what creativity is actually.
And you can just think of it this way. Each one of you arrived on this planet because of a creative act 9 months beforehand. So we're all part of the creative process. Yeah.
And we're creating every moment of every day.
Yeah. And if you enjoyed this, please share it and just give us a comment. And if you'd like us to discuss any particular aspect of life at the moment, if you'd like us to expand on any particular area, please just drop us a note and we can look at that for future teaching sessions.
Awesome.
Yes, thank you. Visit our website. It's journeysofawakening.com. Have a look there. We've got a resource center and we've got some really lovely stuff there. Really beautiful stuff, yeah. So thank you, and take the peace with you to sleep tonight and wake up with a grateful heart. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, everybody. Night.
Good night.